a lot of Christians, and certainly Christians I know, are supporting Donald Trump because of his Supreme Court pick and for all sorts of policies. Ralph, you're not only one of those Christians, you've actually embraced Trump, calling him a fearless champion for conservative values and a tireless advocate for Christian values. I would love for you to address that, because the Christian values that I understand are ones that don't denigrate the weakest people in the culture, don't objectify women, don't, worship money and celebrity. And I guess, A, I'd like you to address it, but B, what I also hear in that statement, and maybe this is, I don't know, this is sort of what I hear in it, is a sense that you and maybe other Christians have sort of given up on the culture war. That you're sort of saying, there's no point anymore in calling out public vice. We might as well just sort of be coldly politically strategic. That's my most generous read of what you've said, but I'd love for you to address it.
Yeah, I don't think that's either a fair or accurate characterization of our views. And if you go back to the 90s, when we were supposed to care about the culture wars and we're supposed to be concerned about what Bill Clinton was doing in his bedroom or in the Oval Office or whatever it was, I wrote a book called Active Faith, in which I said, and I'll just paraphrase for purposes of brevity of time, that I believed that the attacks on Bill Clinton's character and on his flaws as a human being, rather than on his policies, risked doing permanent damage to the office that he occupied. And I said that if Bill Clinton is a sinner, he is no worse and no less than you and I. And while I disagree...
Well, I don't know about you. I have never sinned like that.
Well...
I don't believe that for a second.
The Bible teaches that all have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God.
But there's a difference...
And what I did, and keep in mind, this is while the Paula Jones lawsuit is going on. This is after Jennifer Flowers and multiple other bimbo eruptions. And it was after Troopergate. And I said, I disagree with his policies, but I'm going to keep it about the policies and not attack him personally.
But why haven't you done that with Trump?
I have.
You've called him...
I've made it...
You just said he's a champion of Christian values.
I've talked about his policies. When he appoints conservatives and pro-lifers to the judiciary, starting with Justice Neil Gorsuch, when he allows states to remove Planned Parenthood from their Medicaid programs for funding, when he supports school choice, when he signs a tough federal anti-human trafficking bill that was one of our top public policy priorities, when he moves the U.S. Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, when he withdraws from the Iran nuclear deal, he is achieving public policies that we strongly support because of our belief in the sanctity of life and strengthening the family. And I personally think that the last thing you or anyone else wants is a church-based political movement whose primary function is to be the moral policeman of society and decide who is or who isn't righteous enough to govern.